The book of Genesis. In the first video, we saw how chapters 1 through 11 set up the basic storyline of the Bible. God has created all things, and he makes humans in his image to rule the world on his behalf. The humans choose sin and The book of Genesis. In the first video, we saw how chapters 1 through 11 set up the basic storyline of the Bible. God has created all things, and he makes humans in his image to rule the world on his behalf. The humans choose sin and rebellion, and so the world spins out of control into violence and death, all leading up to the rebellion and scattering of the people in Babylon. And so the big question is, what is God going to do to rescue and redeem his world? Well, out of that scattering at Babylon, the author traces a genealogy of just one family that leads eventually to a man named Abram, later known as Abraham. And God's promise to Abraham at the beginning of chapter 12 opens up a whole new movement in the story. God calls Abraham to leave his home and go to the land of Canaan, which God says will become his one day. And in that land, God promises to make Abraham into a great nation, to make his name great, and to bless him. Now, these promises are connected back to earlier parts of the book. So Babylon had arrogantly tried to make a great name for itself, and that didn't go over very well. But God, in his generosity, is going to bestow a great name on this no-name guy, Abraham. And God's blessing of Abraham echoes all the way back to that original blessing God gave humanity in the beginning. So the question is, why is God going to bless Abraham and his family? And the last line of God's promise makes this clear. So that all the families of the earth will find God's blessing in you. Now, this is key for understanding the whole rest of the biblical story. God's plan is to rescue and bless his rebellious world through Abraham's family. And this is why the whole rest of the Old Testament story is just going to focus on this one family, eventually called the people of Israel. This is also why Israel will later be called a kingdom of priests at Mount Sinai. God wants to use them to show all of the other nations what he's like. And ultimately, this is the promise that gets picked up by the later biblical prophets and poets who say that its fulfillment will come through Israel's messianic king, whose reign will bring justice and peace to all of the nations. Now, at this point of the story, none of that's clear. You just have to keep reading and watch the promise develop. And so the rest of the book focuses on Abraham and his family. First, Abraham himself, then his son Isaac, and then his son Jacob, and then Jacob's 12 sons. And the stories about each generation, they're united by two main themes. So first, each generation of Abraham's family is marked by repeated failure. They just keep making really bad decisions that mess up their lives and that put God's promise in jeopardy. However, God remains faithful to them. He keeps rescuing them from themselves and reaffirming his commitment to bless them and bless the nations through them despite their failings. So the Abraham stories. God had promised Abraham a huge family, but on two different occasions, he's afraid for his life because other men are attracted to his wife, and so he denies that he's even married to her, which creates, of course, all of these problems. And not only that, Abraham and his wife Sarah, they can't have children, and so Sarah arranges for Abraham to sleep with one of their servant girls, which also creates all of these problems in the family. But each time, God bails Abraham out. And in chapters 15 and 17, God even formalizes his promise to Abraham with an official commitment called a covenant. This is a classic scene. God invites Abraham to look up at the night stars and to count them. And he says, that's how numerous your family's going to be. And despite all of the odds, having no kids and no way to have any at the moment, Abraham looks up in the sky and simply trusts God's promise. And God responds by entering into a covenant with Abraham, promising that he will become a father of many nations, that God's blessing may come to the whole world. God asks Abraham to mark his family with a sign of the covenant, circumcision of all the male boys in the family. This is a symbol to remind them that the fruitfulness of their family is a gift from God. And so Abraham has lots of kids eventually, and he dies at a good old age. Now, the Jacob stories play out these themes even more dramatically. From birth, Jacob lives up to the meaning of his name, which is deceiver. He cheats his brother Esau out of his inheritance and blessing, and he does it by deceiving his old blind father, no less, and then he just takes off. He goes on to take 4 wives, even though he really only loves one, Rachel, and this creates all of these rivalries in the family. The only thing that humbles Jacob is being deceived by his uncle Laban, who cheats him out of years of his life. The tables have finally turned. And so it's a humbled Jacob that returns to his homeland. And in a very strange story, Jacob ends up wrestling with God as he demands that God bless him. Some things never really change, do they? However, God honors his determination, and he passes Abraham's blessing on to him. And he renames Jacob as Israel, which means wrestles with God. Now, it's this last part of the book, the story of Jacob's sons, where all the themes come to a head. Jacob loves his second to youngest son, Joseph, more than any of the others, and he gives him this special jacket. And the 10 older sons come to hate Joseph, and so they kidnap him, and they plan to kill him, but instead they decide to just sell him into slavery in Egypt, where he ends up in prison. Talk about family failure. But God is with Joseph, and he orchestrates Joseph's release from prison, and Pharaoh ends up elevating Joseph to second in command over all of Egypt. And so Joseph saves the nation of Egypt during a famine, and he also ends up saving his brothers and his family from starving to death. And so once again, we can see the folly and the sin of Abraham's family is met with God's faithfulness, who subverts even the evil of the brothers into an occasion to save life. And this is actually what Joseph says right near the end of the book. He says to his brothers, "You all planned this for evil, but God planned it for good, to save many lives." Now, these words are strategically placed at the end of the book because they summarize not only the story of Joseph and his brothers, but the book as a whole. From Genesis 3 onward, humans keep acting selfishly and doing evil, but this God is not going to leave his world to its own devices. He remains faithful and determined to bless people despite their failures. You can see this especially in how that mysterious promise about the descendant of the woman gets developed throughout the book. So remember, Genesis 3, God promised that this wounded victor would come and crush the snake and defeat evil at its source. And the author then connects this promise directly to the line of Abraham. This is a part of how God's going to bring his blessing to the nations. Now, from Abraham, this promise gets connected to Judah, the 4th son of Jacob. And this is how. In an extremely important poem in chapter 49, in aging Jacob, he's on his deathbed, he wants to bless his 12 sons. And when he comes to Judah, Jacob predicts that Judah will become the tribe of Israel's royal leaders, and that one day a king will come who will command the obedience of all the nations and fulfill God's promise to restore the garden blessing to all of the world. And then after this, Jacob dies. And later, Joseph dies too. And the growing family remains in Egypt. And so the book of Genesis ends with all of these future hopes and promises left hanging and undeveloped. And it forces you to turn the page to see how it's all going to turn out. But for now, that's the book of Genesis.
All right. So take away, my friend. Yeah, so there's this promise and then there's just this line. Which
It's like I fought the part where like King David died. It's like kill my enemy.
you're saying?
Not finished.
Okay. Yeah, and so this is a moment where this family, they're whack. You know, they're compromisers like the rest of us. But here Yahweh continues his
The people's evil returns something in the gut.
people's deal turn something good. Good job. All right. We can start, my friend. Okay, I gotta wet my screen. I'll be back. Yeah, there's just these 2 dots I literally keep seeing, and it's just like driving me nuts. What's cool is I have some LCD wipes.
cannot touch me. You cannot touch me. Yeah. Ah! Oh. Oh yeah? Wanna play it, bro? Come here. Psych. Ah.
In the cage! Over here!
Oh. I have a straightforward.
In the cage! Over here! Over here! Quickly! Over here! Quickly!
Oh, come on.
Over here! Quickly!
Game update?
In the cage!
Oh, I care.
Over here!
They did not add it to.
Over here! Quickly! In the cage! Over here! In the cage! Over here! Quickly! Quickly, there's no time.
Myself.
You must get to the top of the large tower. The sigil keep, they call it. That's what keeps the Oblivion Gate open. Find the sigil stone, remove it, and the gate will close. Hurry! The keeper has the...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. What the heck? Well, who's the helper?
Oh,
Oh. Ah! Oh my god, bro. Come here, kid. Oh! Oh! Oh!
I'm just lucky to be alive.
You closed the gate. I knew you could do it. This is our chance to launch a counterattack. I need you to come with us. You've got far more combat experience than these men. Are you able to join us now? I can wait, but not for long. We've got to move quickly before they have a chance to barricade the city gate. Be quick about it. This is... Speak.
Hello, welcome back. What can I interest you in? That seems a fair price. That's a fair deal. A fine transaction. A fine transaction.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Hope to see you again very soon.
What?
What is it, citizen? Here's a copy of the Black Horse.
I wonder if your razor stuff's messing with anything with the frames and stuff. I feel like a lot of the issues start happening when you're doing all the razor backgrounds and stuff like that. Hmm. It's loading.
I'm a busy man. What is it? Gladiator. It's not very often I get to call somebody that. Get a move on. Gladiator. Listen up. This next match is an outrage, but there's nothing I can do about it. You've got 3 opponents this time, and you have to beat them all. They're Argonian prisoners brought here from Black Marsh. They've been told they have to kill you in exchange for their freedom. I don't know what crimes they committed, but it's your life or their freedom. The choice should be pretty clear. Get going, and watch yourself. I'm a busy man. What is it?
I'm a busy man. What is it?
busy man. What is it? I'm a busy man. What is it?
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. It looks like the yellow team has pulled a fast one by replacing their combatant with 3 Arconian prisoners. This should be interesting.
You're the best the blue team has to offer.
Victory will be mine. Die, damn you!
This match is mine, weakling.
Oh, what? Oh.
It looks like the yellow team has pulled a fast one by replacing their combatant with 3 Arconian prisoners. This should be interesting.
Do your worst. You're the best the blue team has to offer. the blue team has to offer. Ha!
Good people, we have a winner. All hail the combatant from the blue team.
Welcome back. I love you. Ooh, are you? Oh, you got the bag. All right, let's see. Cheetos, fries.
I got an oBLIVION.
Yeah. So I told you they're supposed to have your meat sticks and orange before the jelly beans. It's okay.
I'm a busy. Man, the yellow team surprised even me with that match. 3 against 1. I guess they didn't know who they were dealing with, huh? Well done.
I just can't sleep.
Are you ready? We need to move out soon while we still have a chance to... For cover!
I lie down and close my eyes, but I can't stop thinking about it. What's the matter? Getting tired? Let's get this over with. I've fought mud crabs more fearsome than you.
wipe the bastards out. It's safe to pull those people out of the chapel. Let's get in there and make sure they're all right. Come on. This is only the beginning of the battle for Kvatch. We can discuss the next phase once the civilians are safe.
The area is clear? Then as soon as It all happened so fast. It was all we could do to round up the survivors and try to get them to safety. We failed them miserably. Brother Martin? Yes, he's right over there. He led a good day.
I heard about how you helped the guard drive the Daedra back. Well done.
I rock everything.
Danger, you say? You came here to tell me this.
I do have a steel dagger, but I also have a ice dagger.
There are many others here who actually need your help. Yes, I'm having. If all this is part of it. What plan? I prayed to Akatosh all through that terrible night, but no help came. Only more Daedra. What can you possibly know that would help me make sense of this? Emperor Uriel Septim? You think the Emperor is my father? No, you must have the wrong man. I am a priest. You spoke to the Emperor before he died. I don't know. It's strange. I think you might actually be telling the truth. What does this mean? What do you want from me?
Switch mouses. I think maybe in the bags. Maybe in the bag or in there might be a mouse. That's Bailey's mouse.
No, not that one.
Well, that mouse over there, that is Logan's. Oh, you want to switch out? Sure, go ahead.
You destroyed the Oblivion Gate, they say. You gave them hope. You helped them drive the Daedra back. Yes, I'll come with you to Wayland Priory to hear what Joffrey has to say. Lead on.
Report, soldier.
Sir, we're all that's left. Baraginian, myself.
That's it? There's no...
There were others, sir. But they refused to stay put.
Wow.
We tried to convince them it was dangerous, but
Very well. The area outside the chapel has been cleared, and these people need to be taken to safety.
But sir, I want to help fight.
Did he put the USB in the mouse also?
Get back here immediately.
Wait, put that. Yeah,
Need
put that back in the other
available
mouse.
blade, and there'll be plenty of fighting to go around.
Sir, yes, sir. Civilians, it's time to move out. Let's go.
I'm just lucky to be alive.
Unless you need something. To Wayne and...
I didn't. Goodbye. We've done it. I can't believe it. I didn't really think this would work. Maybe we do have a fighting chance. Oh yes, we're not done, not even close. This was only the first step. If this town is to be ours again, we'll need to get inside the castle. You've come this far with us. Will you go further? If we're truly going to succeed, I'll need much more of your help. I warn you, though, what we've seen so far is nothing compared to the battle that likely awaits us. Take a few moments to catch your breath and think it over. Are you ready to... Our goal is the castle gate. We should be able to use this door to get out to the plaza in front of the castle gatehouse. You know the drill. Stick close and keep your eyes open. Let's move out!
Die, cur!
Why? Won't! We've got to make... I'm on your side! Damn it! This is no good! The gates are locked, and the only way to open them is from within the gatehouse. We can't open that gate from out here. The only mechanism for raising it is inside the gatehouse. And the only way to get into the gatehouse now would be through the passage at the North Guardhouse. But hurry and find Barrich Inian. He should be back in the chapel, and should still have the key to the guardhouse. Once you've got it, get to the guardhouse, find the passage, and open that gate. We saw the smoke from the Gold Road while out on patrol. How can we help? We'll be right behind you. I'm just waiting for Captain Madden. Yes, I am. You do the guard one, you probably couldn't find it on your own. I'm coming. I've still got some fight left in me! Let's get this over with.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's yep. That's fun.
Come on! Am I supposed to be impressed? A little closer! A little closer! You're pathetic.
Thank you. Oh yeah.
You'll never take me down.
unless you need something. To Wayne and...
Bathroom?
I'm good.
No, you're not. Seriously.
Am I supposed to be impressed? Charge the courtyard! What's the matter? Getting tired? You're... Fight fire! Show me what you've got! Akatosh warrior, you pathetic worm! Do your worst. Take that! What's the matter? You'll never take me down! This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death. Die, nephew! Where is the Count? Why is he not with you? We were too late. If only we'd gotten here sooner. This is indeed a dark day for all of us left. But I thank you for risking your own life to help us. Did you find the Count's ring? At least, this is safe. Thank you. I shall make sure it is protected for the time when a new Count is crowned. Here, take this. I have no use for it. I'm tired of fighting. It may serve you well in days to come.
Alright, Char, after you use your ultimate, we gotta go through step, okay? Yeah.
Bye. You have my ears. The Imperial Legion is... There's been some terrible trouble at the chapel in... Carry on. Hail, citizen. Emperors have been assassinated before, but this... Farewell, citizen.
busy man. You ain't gonna... Get a move on. You ain't gonna... Get a move on. You ain't... After that last match, this one should feel like a vacation.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. You almost have to feel bad, for the yellow team's Khajiit, for the blue team's gladiator, is a combatant. You know and love. Let's see how they fare.
This ends here. Show me what you've got.
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm.
Ah!